Hey, what's going on, YouTube friends? How's it going? It's Richard, and let's see, we are live, and this stream, what is this about? I don't know. I really have no idea who's going to hop on this late at night right now, but hopefully we got a few people on. I know this is super last minute. Cyberlow, good to see you on. Woo! I wanted to stream at 9 p.m. It's 9:50 p.m. right now. I had a pretty good, heartfelt conversation with my dad just now, so I did prioritize that over doing a YouTube live stream, which was, you could say, worth it. Let's see. So this stream, there's a few things I want to talk about. Let's see. Number one, the title is Getting Out of Depression. So I guess in a way, the reason I want to talk about this is because I've actually gotten a handful of messages recently about people who are feeling depressed. So I just want to address that because I think that's a very common topic that a lot of people come to this channel for. But at the same time, I want to talk about just any general life questions and just have an open conversation with whoever is on at this point. I see 7 people on so far, which is amazing. So yeah, I'm seeing comments roll in as well too. That's Cyberlow, good to see you. 4:50 p.m. where I'm at. Let's see, Ben Huber. Great to see you, Huber. Wait, Brittany Huber. It's Huber. Chowder, good to see you on. Jake, what's up, brother? Let's see, did you guys do a Skype call? So we did one Skype call last week, and this is a perfect plug, perfect timing to let everyone know here right now that there is going to be another Skype call tomorrow, Tuesday, November 14th, 2017. At 9 p.m. Pacific Standard Time. So that is approximately 24 hours from right now. All right. Let's see. Ooh. I didn't realize there's these filters. Okay, hold on. What's gonna be the sepia? No, okay. You know what? I'm sorry. I can't. We gotta talk about some real topics here. I was gonna mess around, but we gotta nail down some topics that are real life. Let's talk a little bit about depression and stuff like that. Let's see. Why can't you do Skype? Computer, phone, nothing on Skype, nothing? Let's see. I'm trying to figure out. Yeah, I mean, we just randomly established Skype to be the platform. So we're going to do a Skype call tomorrow. Cyberlow, that sucks. Why can't you do Skype? So yeah. All right. So, well, we'll talk about a lot of different topics. I want to nail the conversation. Oh my goodness. We will open up the conversation about Discord soon. Maybe we'll switch platforms to Discord. Okay. So, but I've never used it, so I need to get into that. The first thing I want to do right now is I want to dive into the topic of depression. And again, there's a lot of people who've been messaging about this. And I've already wasted 3 minutes talking about random stuff, so let's dive into depression. When I say getting out of depression, I guess I'm not in particular speaking about myself in this moment right now, but I did get out of depression. Let's see, it's November, so October, September, August, 3 or 4 months ago, I got out of my depression. And in general, I've touched upon this in past streams, but in general, goodness, what do I want to start here? So if you're looking for tips on how do you get out of depression, I'm just going to offer what helped me. And what helped me get out of my own depression was, number one, to stop bad habits that were hurting me. So for example, something that continuously hurt my self-esteem that I kept doing was playing video games. Now, I'm not saying everyone should quit playing video games. I'm only speaking for myself, because for me, what I did was I attached my self-esteem to video games in some sense. Really, the conversation in my head was, to me, because video games to me is my drug. For me, whenever I play video games in an uncontrolled way, that makes it so that I'm not in control of my life, and that I am letting my addiction and my little vice, my escape from reality, control my own life. And whenever I play it, it's like, okay, I'm not in control of my life anymore. So that's why I felt very negative. That's not all the reason why I felt depressed or negative, but quitting that helped me to get back on track with my life. The other thing, which I actually think is a little bit more important than the negative habit side, is focusing on the positive side, which is, for me, it's building up habits that have worked for you in the past and that you just want to bring forward. So for example, a great example would be, well, it depends on everyone, you know, like what are some great habits for anyone who's feeling depressed? What are some great habits that you've had in the past that have made you feel good about yourself? Whether it's exercise or waking up at a certain time, or maybe it's eating healthy, maybe it's finishing your homework or your work before you play. You know, like whatever habits it is. Maybe it's I don't know, going to church on Sunday, whatever it is. Everyone's gonna have different habits, but for me, what really got me out of the funk was, I mean, it took such a long time. It took 7 months. It took 7 months for me to make a decision to finally start building up habits that were positive, because I was in such a funk. I was beating myself up so much that I just couldn't get myself to have the motivation to start doing positive habits again. So yeah, positive habits definitely help me. Conversations, I think when people are depressed, when I'm depressed, I don't, like, part of me is open to talking to people, but at the same time, I'm also not open to talking to people. I kind of close up and I go into my own little world, and I think it's important to have an outlet for someone to talk to. So whether it's hanging out with us, opening up here, you know, on this YouTube Live, joining us on Skype tomorrow at 9 p.m. Pacific Standard Time, you know, it's or reaching out to your friends, or maybe a mentor, or, you know, someone that you could trust, and just talk about things openly. I think it's very important to kind of express and, in a way, vent our emotions and let them go instead of holding on to them, because if we keep holding on to them, we're not going to let them go. We're going to continue feeling that sadness, that depression, things like that. Some other small tips if you're feeling depressed, I would say include wherever you are in your life right now is okay. You know, don't beat yourself up. You know, it's okay to be struggling. Everyone struggles. It's also, don't compare yourself with other people. We all have different journeys. So don't worry if you feel like you're behind or you're failing at your life in whatever sense that is. Maybe that's grades or school, or maybe that's your work is struggling, or, you know, financially struggling. I think it's okay to go through those phases. I don't want to say we all do, but we all do. Like, we all struggle through some sort of challenge, you know, different challenges, but challenges in general. And I think in many ways us as human beings could relate. And I get it. There's other people who don't understand our struggle. They don't understand what it's like to feel depressed or suicidal, whatever it is. And that's okay. You know, we all have a different journey. Some of us feel those symptoms more than others. And what's interesting is, you know, not everyone feels depression or suicidal thoughts or whatever it is. It's just some people do. So it's okay, and continue connecting with people, like-minded people, you know, positive people who are going to bring you up. And again, I guess in a way, this is what this community is for. That's why we're here. And rant, you know, like I'm going to leave it at that. I'm going to catch up on reading all your comments right now. And if anyone's watching this now or later who is interested in learning more about this topic or has more questions, feel free to ask questions now on stream or afterwards in the comment section, or email me, richard@richardco.com. And I mean, I'm going to continue, we're going to continue having these conversations because, I mean, that's what we're here for. You know, we are here to support each other, and that's pretty much it. All right, so let's catch up on some comments, chatter. But I want to ask about sleep. Sleep is the big sticking point that sinks me into that hole. How do you get on top of that? So how do you get on top of sleep? That's a challenging question. I can't answer that question with extreme confidence. Sometimes, okay, first honest thing I gotta say right off the bat is I don't have a very, very strict sleep cycle or sleep schedule right now. In general, I have like a sort of a ballpark schedule, or I don't know, I just naturally want to go to sleep sometime around 11 to 1 a.m. It's kind of flexible. I could be more strict with it, but it's pretty flexible. One thing that really, for me, what currently motivates me to wake up or go to sleep is knowing what time I need to wake up. So how I schedule, so on a typical day for me, I know I have like a certain morning schedule. For example, I know I start work at 9:30, but before 9:30 I have to do things like I usually take my dad to adult daycare, things like that. So I need to be ready to leave the door and ready to go to work in a way at, let's say, about 8:30 in the morning, which means I have to, eat breakfast, prepare breakfast for both my dad and myself. And before that, I need to work out too. So just factoring all those things in. And sometimes, like tomorrow morning, I actually have to be out of the door by 7:30 in the morning. So that means I got to wake up at about 5:30 in the morning. So I schedule all these things, and knowing that, I just do them. So I don't know how to say it. It's like, honestly, in terms of sleep, you just have to figure out what works best for you and what motivates you, what's going to motivate you to go to sleep. So you got to answer that question for yourself. What will motivate you to go to sleep? And it's going to be different for everyone. It's, for some people, it's like, I want to go to sleep at a certain time because I want to build up my consistency, my discipline. While other people's like, I want to go sleep so my focus, I could be laser focused tomorrow morning so I could ace my test. Or other people might be like, you know what, I'm super committed to focusing on sleeping at a certain hour because I have a certain vision. And if you don't know what your vision is, or you don't know that goal or whatever it is, take some time to think about that. Think about your why. And I think that's a really important question to ask ourselves, is that why question. All right, so I'm going to come back to the comments, but I do see something that is sleep related. Chow Derp again. Sleep wise, I needed to be more specific. How do you get over anxiety when you need to sleep? I feel so anxious about my grades that I feel I can do more, like I never have the right to sleep. I'm also woken up by this too. Oh, okay. So, Chow Derp, I think this is the moment where I gotta play this out a little bit. So my first initial thought, Jake, is that you get to give yourself permission to go to sleep. You get to give yourself permission to just relax, and not say, oh, I don't deserve to sleep. The thing is, if you don't sleep, your grades are going to suffer. Like, that's straight up what it is. If you don't sleep, your grades are going to suffer because you're not getting enough rest. You're not treating your body right, and your body is not going to produce the results that you want either. So it obviously needs to be a balance. And I feel like the conversation, just from when I hear, I don't feel like I deserve to sleep until my grades are better. To me, that's like, you're almost punishing yourself for getting poor grades in regards to sleep. It's like, it's a punishment. You don't get to sleep. You get to study more, I think it feels like a little bit of a punishment. While I feel like it needs to be like, hey, I didn't do very well in school. I didn't get very good grades. So I got to study hard and not but, and I get to sleep so my grades continue to, so I have enough energy to maintain my grades and keep them up. So that's what I got. For people, don't worry, I did not miss your comments. I'm going to read these current comments and then go back to the ones because I see some that are related to the sleep conversation. Okay, you just need to get tired to get to sleep. I guess some people don't have that attribute. Yeah, that's Armando, I agree with you on that. In terms of sleep, some people are able to fall asleep easier than others. I am very, very lucky and grateful, and that I can go to sleep. And in general, when my head hits the pillow, I usually fall asleep in like 10 minutes. I know you're gonna hate me for saying that, and I wish I could relate with you more. I'm just very lucky that happens to me. When I was younger, I couldn't sleep for like an hour or something like that. But now I just naturally, I fall asleep fairly easily. But when I was in school, I think it was a mix. I think also just because I was tired, I would stay up. I remember staying up really late to do work, and I don't know. I feel like I used to go to sleep. I pulled a ton of all-nighters. I would go to sleep at like 2 or 3 in the morning, and then wake up at like 5 or something for swim practice. It was stupid. Or 6 or something like that. So, yeah. Anyone who's struggling with sleep, who has a hard time sleeping, try Google searching or whatever search engine you use, Bing. Try Google searching sleep hygiene. Okay, so just search up sleep hygiene. You could YouTube it. YouTube how to improve sleep hygiene. And sleep hygiene is essentially the practice of getting yourself ready for bed, such as dimming your lights. What's funny is at 10 o'clock, 6 minutes ago, my phone screen turned from more fluorescent lighting to more natural lighting, like a warm color. So I have that setting on my iPhone where it changes, so it prepares me to go to sleep or whatever that is. So yeah, that's what I got there. You just need to get tired and get sleep. I guess some people. Okay, yeah. Okay, all right. Now I'm gonna scroll back. I might have missed some comments, but I'm going to do this. I'm gonna get back to the comments in order. So NJ Grant says, "Dude, careful with Facebook. Facebook has broken the law by stealing information, even though phones get on people's businesses. Sorry for the randomness. Where are you from, dude?" I don't know. Is that to me? Well, I'm from Orange County, California, which is located near Los Angeles. Let's see, Armando. Hello, Richard. I definitely have some questions for you. Cool. Love to hear them. Gracie Poo, waking up early, having a clean environment, and self-care. That's some tips for sleep. Perfect. Waking up early, having a clean environment, and self-care. Okay, since I'm seeing some more sleep comments. So I have a friend who, I remember watching a video of this. His bed is his shrine. Like literally, he will not go to sleep in his bed unless he took a shower, unless he's completely clean. So his bed is it's a shrine. It's like this holy space. And there's no electronics, there's nothing. It's just a calm bed. So I don't know if that helps, but sometimes I don't sleep with my phone actually. My phone does stay in my room, but my phone stays on the opposite side of the room. And what I try to do, even though I do have electronics in my room, such as this computer, like this is my bedroom right here. My bed is that way. But I don't keep any electronics near my bed, just so there's not that, that noise or whatever you want to call it, that frequency stuff. Now we're getting very more metaphysical or something like that. But like, whether you believe it or not, like for me, I don't know if I believe it. I'm pretty sure there's some truth to it. But anyway, I just try to keep as many electronics away from me as possible, minimize the electronics in my room, and I try to keep my bed space just a place for sleeping. So I try. I'm not perfect. I definitely am not perfect. Alrighty, cool. Let's see. Alrighty, where we at? I gotta catch up on these questions. We will catch up. All right. Andrew Grant Richard, take this from me. Always make preparation before you go. Remember when I talked about meditation? Let's see. Make preparations before you go. Before I go, what? Sleep? Armando, I have this consumerism problem. Not in the way that I waste so much money, but that I have this tension when not having the stuff I really want, and it really consumes some major time of my life. Do you have any advice on that? So let's see, you have a tension when not having the stuff that you really want, it really consumes some major time for me. So Armando, I'm curious about this. Feel free to, I'd love to hear a little bit more. What are some things that you feel tension on? Like, what are some examples of things that you must have, and what about it takes time away from it? Is it physical things like, for example, let's just say you have this thing for shoes. You like shoes. Are you obsessed with shoes and you're always constantly thinking about shoes, and not just a hobby, but almost like obsessed, like just you need, articles of clothing and random things? Or is it more time-consuming things like, let's say, a video game collection where you enjoy buying video games, but it also takes time because you got to play the video games too. So there we go there. So, but based off of what I'm hearing, let's see, based off what I'm hearing, okay, whew. In general, if we have, goodness, the comments automatically scroll to the bottom and whenever someone comments. So I'm gonna hold my finger here for a second. All right, so hold on, I'm gonna reread this comment one more time. I have this consumerism problem, not the way that I waste so much money, but that I have this tension when not having the stuff I really want and really consumes some major time of my life. Do you have any advice on that? So pretty much the first thing that comes to my mind, Armando, is that it sounds to me like you have attachment towards things, and that's okay. I think the goal is to let go of attachment towards physical objects. And I mean, I don't know how to say this. On my journey, I've realized that what kind of brings me peace in a way is letting go of things, and physical things is one of those things. It's like, in terms of physical things, I mean, yes, I have a lot of random stuff. I have books, I have papers, I have photos. I'm looking at my desk right now. I have a cup with water, but I live a pretty simple life. Like, I don't need materialistic things unless, I mean, there's a few things that I do invest in, like this phone that I'm using. I have an iPhone 7 Plus, that first time I've ever purchased a phone, like a quality phone in my life. I've always had hand-me-down phones. Like, I've had the iPhone 5, which is a 4-year-old phone, because that was a hand-me-down. But like, in general, I'm not attached to certain things. And I think when we detach ourselves from physical objects, from needing things, I believe that's when we become happy. I don't feel like I really answered your question because I just told you about myself. So I guess in a way, pretty much really what I'm doing or asking is consider being okay. Like, consider what would your life be like if you were okay with not having what you wanted. So I'm going to ask that question again. What would your life be like if you were okay with not having what you wanted? So I don't know, just something to think about. We could talk about this a little bit more, but in general, it's like, if you like material stuff, I don't know. I can only speak from my own experiences. It's just like, over time, I used to love stuff. Like, I remember I would value material items over experiences or food. My friend would be like, dude, when I get my paycheck, I just want to spend it on food. And I'm like, what? That's stupid. You can't keep food. You eat food and it's gone. And then for me, I'm like, I would rather have something physical, something that I can keep forever. And as time goes on, I just realize material stuff doesn't lead to ultimate happiness. It leads to temporary happiness, and it does help to some extent, but I don't know. I like the idea of keeping things simple. All right. I don't know if that helps. I'm sorry. That's what I got. Feel free to ask deeper questions, because sometimes a deeper question that you ask that you're curious about can trigger even better answers, because I feel like I'm a little bit surface level on this one. There is stuff there though. Okay. Ben Huber says, what's the things that you improve your life? I'm not clear on that question. The grammar's off, so that's hard to answer. What's the things that you improve your life? What's the things that you want to improve in your life? I'm going to go with that, okay? Things I want to improve in my life. Oh, man. This is making me think and get vulnerable, too. Things I want to improve in my life. I want to continue... So, what I want to improve on in my life... By the way, I don't know if this is a question, but I'm just going to use it. I'm going to run with it. What I want to improve on in my life is... I want to continue to learn to be of service. Like, I want to become more humble. And I know to some extent I'm quote-unquote humble, But to myself, the part I hate about myself is my ego part. The part that's like, the part that wants, who likes more subscribers. I know I talked about, how I'm happy with losing subscribers, which is cool, but my ego is still there. There's a part of me that still wants subscribers. There's a part of me that still wants more people to be on this live stream, So that ego is there, and I'm kind of fighting it. It's like, I don't want this to be about me. I almost, in a way, I kind of hate myself when I make it about me. But part of me wants, my ego wants it to be about me, but I know it's not about me. So it's a struggle. Like every single day I'm battling with this voice inside my head. So that's a big thing I'm trying to improve. Another thing I'm trying to improve, I would say, is just being independent. Financially, I'm just going to go with financially. There's a lot. Financially, emotionally stable. I just want to be responsible. I want to, I'm improving myself in a way that I'm making money. I'm taking care of myself. I am handling all the business of just if I were to live life on my own type of thing. What else? Other things I want to improve. I want to improve my health. I want to eat healthier. I want to work out. I mean, I'm working out every single day, but work out more in a scheduled, structured way. So it goes towards a certain result. I want to be more disciplined. I want to be more focused. I want to read more books, listen to more personal development audio. I want to commit to bigger, better things. I want to stop being a coward in a way. I'm doing great things, and I've done some courageous things. I've gone outside my comfort zone, but then I come back to it, so it's always constantly pushing ourselves out of it. So I'm going to leave it at that. There's so many things I could say, but I think that gives you a pretty good idea. And I don't even know if that was your question anyway, so I'm going to leave it at that. Cool. Let's see. That's a lot of scrolling. All right. Charter, sleep-wise, I need you to... Okay, we got that. All right. Blah, blah, blah. All right, the Manic Meister. I do things I regret, and that wasn't a problem until I started to get in the way. And this made me discouraged. I was also bullied and considered suicide. I am still considering it every day. Sorry to hear that. That's... Goodness, it's definitely not an easy thing to deal with. Manic Meister, I see that you got a lot of questions. All right, Manic Meister, what I'm going to do, I'm going to scroll through and read all your comments because I'm guessing they're somewhat connected. Let's see. You're in college. I also have a sleep problem. Try to relax thinking and think of things that make you happy. Don't think you deserve punishing yourself. Think of sleeping more to get to do more that you need to do. Awesome. WikiHow. All right, cool. Those are miscellaneous stuff. So, going back to here. I do things blah, blah, blah. I started getting in the way, and this is what made me discouraged. Also bullied and considered suicide. I still consider every single day. Okay, so, yeah. In terms of, I don't know. I feel like, so I want to talk about challenges. Everyone faces challenges, and what I've kind of figured out on my life journey is that we all deal with challenges differently. So we all have our own vices. We all have our own little ways we handle and think about and we process our challenges. Some of us will fall into this depressive mindset, this depressive / and the suicidal thoughts. And I realized that it's just, I don't know, it's just how our brain is wired. Some of us will think that way, while some of us don't think about those kind of things. Some of us, suicide, it's not even situational, it's just suicide doesn't cross our mind because our mindset's not like that. And when I say our mindset, I'm actually not including myself. I have had thoughts of suicide before in the past. So I fall into that category. And it's just so interesting me talking about this because I've talked about this openly before, but I don't think any of my family really knows because they probably don't watch these videos because I do so many videos. So, so in terms of feeling depressed or suicidal thoughts, just know that you are not alone. There are so many of us that have those thoughts, and I almost want to say it's natural, it's normal. Of course, I'm not encouraging people to commit suicide. I really hope that people don't and they rethink that. And just, I don't know how to say it. It's like, of course, that's one of those things that you can't reverse. So I don't know. I've been in situations where I'm like, oh man, I just want to die. You know, like I just want to die. Like there's no point in life. You know, I'm miserable. There's so much suffering. There's no point. Life is just suffering. So I've been in those positions, and it's weird. It's like, until you're on the other side, which you will be, because all storms will pass. All storms will pass. Everything, all the clouds, all the grayness will go away eventually. It doesn't stay there forever. So once you get to the other side, it's almost like that's the only way you can see that everything's okay. Like for me, you know, 3-4 months ago, I was depressed and like had all these negative thoughts of, you know, thoughts about suicide and stuff like that. And now I don't think about that kind of stuff anymore. You know, is it possible that I fall back into that? Sure, absolutely. Will I fall back into that? I'm sure sometime in my life, from now until I die, hopefully not by suicide, from now until I die, I'm sure I'll have those suicidal thoughts again. Why? Because that's just the way my brain is wired. And I think our tasks, my task is to be aware that that's going to happen again, and to be strong enough to push myself enough through those tough times, however long they might be, and keep pushing myself through it. And it's tough. That's all I could really say. Like, I don't know what else to say there. All right. I love that y'all are engaging conversation. I'm going to read these in order. Sorry, I know I'm like 10 minutes behind on... I'm looking at the timeline. I'm like 10 minutes behind on comments right now. Or longer than that, actually. Okay. But I think you guys are talking back and forth, which is cool. All right, that's a real bummer. Okay, I also have a sleeping problem. We talked about that. Insomnia, blah, blah, blah. All right. California fam, what's up? Yeah, it's full of bad... California's full of bad people. You got to leave that state, man. They're as friendly as they seem. Hey, never mind. I'm going to do this. Leave out the side chat for now. I want to stay on topic right now. I think that what most depresses me right now is the fact that I'm studying a career at college that is great, but I don't feel connected to it. I still haven't figured out what I want to do with my life. I took your Jello. That's a cool name, by the way. So you're studying a career that you're not passionate about. Goodness. I say goodness, you know, I'm sighing because there's like our education system and what our society has been taught about, like, you know, get a degree. You know, you want to get a degree so you can get a job. Why? Like, why is our society so adamant about getting a freaking piece of paper? It doesn't matter. Like, think about it. Just like, why companies... traditional companies will hire people with degrees to some extent. You know, of course, your personality, your work ethic, everything like that matters. But a freaking degree doesn't mean anything. Like, it's a piece of paper. You know, like, congratulations, you graduated from college. I'm not like dissing people who worked really hard to get a degree and to them, it, you know, meant so much to them. That's amazing. I'm not discounting that at all. Like, that's incredible. I'm really happy for those people. But what I'm saying is, for people like many of us have been brainwashed to think that we need to go to college to get a degree and then get a job, you know, because a degree is going to help us there. But if you're in a major that you're not passionate about, and I know your parents are going to hate me for saying this, and maybe some teachers and stuff like that, but don't waste your time. If you're studying a major you're not going to use, don't waste your time. And please, don't pick a job you're not passionate about. Don't waste your life. You only have one life. Do something that you're passionate about. You don't know what you're passionate about? Keep doing things. Keep trying things that you think you might be passionate about, and just try it. If it doesn't work, move on to the next one. That's what I gotta say. Please don't waste your life being miserable at a job that just makes money. You know? Unless you're perfectly okay. You've already established, I'm getting a job just to make money, so that will fuel my passion, you know, so I have time. but please do me a favor, do the world a favor. Tap into your gifts and don't get a job that you're not passionate about and that you absolutely hate. Unless you need the money in this current moment, which is understandable. And, you know, you got to take care of your finances. I get it. So that's what I got. Alrighty, cool. So let's scroll back in a second. We will catch up. All right. Good New York, Washington. Oh, from Colombia. That's awesome. I took your gels from Colombia. Manic Meister, you're from LA? That's awesome. I didn't know that. You guys are like, dude, Richard, this is like 15-minute conversation ago. 15 minutes ago. Conversation from 15 minutes ago. There we go. Actually wouldn't know. I was okay, blah, blah. You guys are having cool conversations. That's cool. I'm going to skip over your dialogue back and forth just so I could catch up because you guys are far superior and advanced than my capabilities. NG Grant, I'm worried about Richard, man. California's full of bad people and they won't care unless you are a woman. Other states are better. If I was rich, I'll help you buy a house to another state. That's cool, man. It's a trade-off, you know? I mean, we got expensive houses, but we got great weather here. So, you know, and we got a lot of good people too, believe it or not. We got a lot of good people. You got to just find the right communities to hang out with. So that's what I got. I'm open. I'm definitely open. You know, I think there's a lot of great people in the world, and I'm still looking for more great people to hang out with in those cool little communities of good people. Cyberlow's back. Welcome back. Streamlag, he can see us real time, but we see his reaction in like a minute or so. Let's see. Well, it's hard to really know, right? It's hard to tell because I'm so behind on the comments right now. I'm at 10:16 and it's 10:27 right now. Is it 10:27? I'm pretty sure it's 10:27. So that's what I got. All right. Armando, man, I also have that kind of ego in the opposite situation from yours. I'm interested in hearing that. I think everyone deals with the ego in a different way. Some of us can relate with it. Some of us, it's a little bit different. You know, it's funny because some people, and I don't think there's a wrong way to do ego. I think everyone just has an ego that they got to work with, and I don't know, it's just figure it out. Some people are not aware of their ego. Some people are aware. Some people are narcissistic and egotistical, while other people are have low self-esteem and I don't know where I'm going with this, and they're afraid. I don't know, their ego is like hiding in a way. I don't know how to say that. Yes, so the fear is from the ego, because if you're fearing something, if you're afraid of something, that's yourself talking. Okay, I don't want to dig too deep. I hope that makes sense. I don't want to dig too deep into this. This is a good conversation, though. The most aren't. So sorry to hear you consider suicide. It's a really hard experience. Hey, it is what it is. You know, it's cool. You know, I'm good now, and it's just a part of being a human being. I took your jello. Hey, if you want to read a spiritual and inspiring book, I can recommend Monk Who Sold His Ferrari. I got that book. My friend actually sent me that book. That was awesome. That was like 2 years ago. I still have it. I love it. Believe me, there's no lesson that you will regret learning from that book. Thanks for recommending that. That was a fun read. The title gives it all away. Negative does not go with negative. For example, -1 minus -1 equals 0. You got to be positive. Blah. I'll discuss with you on Skype. Awesome. That sounds great. And if you're just tuning in again, I'm just going to send a quick reminder. Tomorrow, Tuesday was at November 14th, 9 p.m. Pacific Standard Time. We are doing a Skype, a live Skype session where everyone who joins will be on call. If you want access to that, you have to send me a message, email richard@richardco.com. You can send me a message, not a comment, a message on YouTube, on Instagram, or Facebook, okay? And or just add me at richardco live, okay? So at richardco live on Skype, and then join us. We had a really cool conversation on Skype on Friday or Thursday. That is when we had it. It was a good time. All right, so I'm looking forward to having more of you on. Okay, cool. We're almost caught up with comments. That's awesome. In fact, in massive negative times. Okay, what? The way I try to get myself out of a big rut is channel myself into something creatively. That's solid. That's so perfect. All right, Armando, I have a degree in the research of poop. Yay for you. NJ, I want Richard to have a strong mind. Have a strong mind, make you make decision beside death, for sure. Okay. And let's see. Cool. Yep. So if you're by the way, you guys, you don't need to. If you see any trolls on here, like, you don't need to interact with them. It's the same person. This guy's been trolling me for the past few years, and like, I'm literally not doing anything malicious to this person, but this guy chooses to continue and just like literally just try to bring me down. Like, that's, I don't know. It's amazing. I wish I could like shoot a freaking documentary on how much this guy's trolling me. So yeah, like, don't engage. You know, when I see it, I just blocked him right now. So whatever. All right, yeah, I know exactly who it is. Yep. Hey, we're caught up with comments. That's awesome. Yeah. Sweet. So I'm gonna try something. I'm gonna try actually reading the comments while talking. I mean, it's hard because I want to focus on a certain topic, but we're caught up. So yeah, goodness. Man, I'm so impressed by this troll. And if you're watching this troll right now, cool. And you know, I don't know how to say it. It's like, literally, I don't know what you want. It's like, you're not really doing much. You're just making blank insults, and it really doesn't do much. It doesn't help. Does it help you? I don't know. You know, whatever makes you feel good, I guess. It's whatever it is. Let's see. Manic Meister, sorry, I'm guessing you put some sort of swear word or something like that. I turn on chat filters just because I knew this troll's been following me, so I did not see your comment that you just wrote. It showed up and then it disappeared. Do I have Snapchat? I don't actively use Snapchat. I've considered it. The user interface for me is kind of odd. So, oh, you deleted it. Got it. Okay. Yeah, I don't use Snapchat at the moment. I've considered it because I speak to a lot of high schools, middle schools, and a lot of people use it. Still, someone needs to like sit down with me and maybe on Skype, you can convince me why I should use Snapchat. Besides the fact that a lot of people use it. So, I'm open to it. It looks like a pretty decent platform. I don't know. For me, if I do a live, I don't know. For me, like, if I want to interact with people, I want to interact with people live like this in a way versus little snaps throughout the day. I think you could do live on there too. I'm just making excuses. That's all I'm doing. Why is everyone retracting their comments? What's going on? Okay. So it is 10:33 right now. I got to wake up super early tomorrow, early-ish, 5:30 in the morning. I have some work to do tonight, so I don't want to stay on too late. I appreciate everyone kind of hopping on. I was asking for your address because I could meet you or mail you something that would be cool. I kind of sound like a creep, right? Oh yeah, you live in LA. Let's see. Keep me posted. I mean, you know, at this point, I'm not gonna straight up send out my address, if that makes sense. But you know, you can shoot me a message. We can talk more about it and stuff like that. In terms of meeting up, I'm happy to. If there is, I mean, I do keep a pretty busy schedule right now, and I'm fairly intentional with how I spend my time. But I'm happy to meet up if you know you feel like, yeah, we could get some value out of it. All right. Let's see. Oh goodness. Everyone wants to stalk me. Not everyone. Brampton, Ontario. Huh. Is there really a good reason to do what? To stalk me? Is there a good reason to stalk me? I don't know. Not really. I mean, I'm just another regular guy. So, all right. It's 10:35. I'm gonna leave this. So I'm gonna do two more things before I sign off and stop this stream, two more things. Number one, I'm going to recap on the main topic of kind of depression and how to get out of that. And then number two, actually three things. Number two is I'm going to read any last minute comments or questions that you'll have. And then number three, I'm going to repeat the information about tomorrow's Skype session, okay? Hey, can I be a friend with you on Facebook? Yes, absolutely, Ben. I'm open to that. Just shoot me a request. And I should remember your name. Do it today or tomorrow, because another thing is, by the way, I might be gone. I might not be streaming for the next couple of weeks because I'll be out of town and kind of busy and doing stuff like that. So yeah, that's what I got there. All right. So tomorrow would be a great time to go on Skype because I'm not sure what my schedule is going to look like for the next 2 weeks. I don't know what kind of video content I will be producing. But fingers crossed I'll put some stuff up, but I'm not too sure. So points 1 to 3. Point 1 to 3. Depression tips. If you need more support on depression tips, and you're struggling with that, just hop on our Skype call tomorrow. Again, 9 p.m. Pacific Standard Time. I just advertised it again. But in short, don't beat yourself up. Just know that if you're feeling depressed, down, or if you're having suicidal thoughts, that's normal to have. As in, you're not alone. Lots of people have those thoughts. I'm not saying normal as in like you should keep having them and it's okay. I'm saying normal as in many human beings have those thoughts. So it's normal. It's okay. But of course, we want to improve and get out of those negative thoughts. Just other little tips is create a schedule. Remember what are some of those things that you used to do, those positive habits, and start trying to do them again. And start small, that's all, just little baby steps. Be patient with yourself. Take time, getting out of a depression or this really tough spot takes time, and just be patient. It's a process. It's annoying. It takes too long. We just wanted to just get out of it. And what I found is sometimes, from my experiences, depression is it takes forever. It takes forever. And then one day you just, something shifts. Something really small shifts. And then all of a sudden you just start doing better. So that's what I got. Okay, what else? If you have any negative habits that are decreasing your self-esteem, consider removing or being in control of those things. For example, for me, what perpetuated and allowed me to just keep being negative was continuing to play video games when I knew it was out of kind of escape and addiction. So that pushed down my self-esteem, made me feel like crap, and continued this feeding the cycle of negativity. So once I stopped playing, I realized that gave me the space to be more positive. So that's what I got there. All right, so that was number one. Remember, 3 points. Point number two is I'm going to go through questions, and then after I read the questions, I'm going to wrap up with tomorrow's Skype reminder. Let's see. All right. Ventroid, you'll be there on Skype. That's awesome. Yay. I took your jello. We appreciate you making this a live stream to answer our questions, Richard. Wish you good night. I took your jello. Thank you very much. I appreciate you tuning in from Colombia. And, it's absolutely my pleasure to do this. I love it. It's such a mutual thing. It's not just me giving. I also receive at the same time. I get to learn. I get to connect with all of you. And it just feels good. So I appreciate that. And I took your jello. I hope you can make it on for our Skype call tomorrow at 9 p.m. Pacific Standard Time, which is pretty... Whoa. Oh, it's been 50 minutes already. Cool. Let's see. Armando, I'm going to be looking forward to the next live stream. They will make me think about myself better. Awesome. By the way, if anyone has any questions they'd like answered on a future live stream, or that be the key topic, let me know and we could talk more about that. Favorite YouTuber. I feel like I remember and then I forget. So here's what I'm going to do right now. I'm going to go to YouTube and just go through my subscription base and see. I don't subscribe to all my favorite YouTubers too. Sometimes I just watch them. So, Infinite Waters, I like, so this is more, okay, I'm going to start with personal development category. So, I mean, there's a huge amount that I subscribe to, stuff like that. So in terms of personal development or spiritual, Infinite Waters, Preston Smiles, Alexi Panos, who else? I mean, Gary Vee is awesome. I don't watch a lot of his content, but he's awesome. Who else? Oh, Anna Kana is awesome. I love her. My friend Josh Dreen. He's a youth motivational speaker. He makes awesome vlog videos. They're similar to Casey Neistat's. Super cool. Lewis House is awesome. Who else? Goodness. I subscribe to a lot of friends that don't really post content on here. I just subscribe to support them. So I got a lot. Too many. I'm subscribed to too many people right now. Here. Hold on. Too many. Okay. So hold on. Hold on, let me see. Is this? Do you know Mark Rober? That's my more recent favorite YouTuber, Mark Rober. He does he just does a lot of cool science videos. Like yeah, Mark Rober. That guy's pretty good, entertaining, stuff like that. All right, the streams are starting to get a bit stale. Good to know. Well, tell me how we could spice it up a little bit. Yeah, dude, seriously, like, give me ideas. If these streams are stale or boring, like, let me know. Like, I'd love to kind of keep it more entertaining. Maybe we can come with prepared questions, or you know, like certain questions of the day, highs and lows, or something like that, to keep it structured and more entertaining. You know, this is just the beginning of it. There are some pretty cool okay, Aju. All right, Skype name. If Amber Dings, good to see you on. I don't know whose Skype name you're asking for. If you're asking for mine, it's the same exact thing as my YouTube channel, which is Richard Quill Live. Do you have advice to go to college? Ben, are you going to be on tomorrow? If you're on tomorrow, we could talk about that a little bit more. Briefly, advice to go to college. That's a very vague question. Are you asking for advice, you know, should I go to college, or how do I get into college? So you need to clarify that question before I actually dig deeper and answer that question. So if you want me to answer it personally, just shoot me a message, richard@richardkuo, Kuo, @.com. Let's see, can you talk about your thoughts on masturbating? Since I'm a teen and stuff, I do it enough that I want to do once a day. I certainly tried to stop, but I'm just not sure what else I can do persist. Okay, hold on 1 second. All right, cool. Let's see. Thoughts on masturbating. That's a tough. It's tough for me to answer. I don't have a lot of expertise on this one. Like, I don't know the science behind masturbating. It's just like, I mean, if anyone else has done research on this, like, I would love to know about this too, because I feel like a lot of people do it, and it's, you know, it's become, I don't know, it's normalized in a way, and I feel like as human beings we have that tendency, but I feel like, goodness, I'm just basing off of like feelings, which I don't know how accurate this is, but I do believe, and kind of what I hear from research is watching porn can be harmful to. Everyone has so many different opinions on this, but my opinion is watching porn can be harmful to your kind of your mental and your kind of like your expectations of what you have in a relationship. So in a way, I believe, again, I'm not an expert on this, I believe it's important to just be mindful, you know, be in control of, if you choose to masturbate or watch porn, like to just be in control of your habits of that. Because again, I think it's like anything with any kind of addiction. Let's go with video games. If you choose to do that, do it in moderation. Or if you don't, you know, I think it could just affect your mindset. So that's what I have around that. And yeah, that's all. How do you go to college? How do I go to college? You get good grades, you study hard, and you become very well rounded. Go join extracurriculars and get involved with sports. That's how you get to college. You work hard and become very well rounded, and you look for what are the requirements that the colleges want, and you fulfill them. I mean, sorry, that's super general. I don't know. Like, you got to be more specific than that, Ben. So, yeah. Alrighty, cool. I know you guys are having conversations. I'm gonna end the stream. I'm gonna end the stream very, very soon. Of course, like I said, third and last thing that I'm gonna mention is tomorrow's live stream again. Tuesday, November 14th, 9 p.m. Pacific Standard Time. And if you want to join us, just shoot me a message, email or message on any platform. Message, don't send a comment. Comments I might miss. Or just friend request me at Richard Kuo Live on Skype, and make sure you write a message. Hey, this is blank from YouTube. All right, cool. All right, Cyberlow. Cyberlow, if you're watching this, what I want from you is I want to know, how can we spice up the stream more? How do we make this more engaging, entertaining? And, how do we just freaking help each other out and, make this meaningful? I don't want this to be a boring stream. That'd be a waste of your time and my time at the same time. See that? Okay, cool. Hope to see you, all 8 of you, on tomorrow on our Skype stream. Cool. I don't know how to post. I will post details in the channel discussion. So the YouTube channel discussion, I'll post a little bit of info if you're interested. Cool. All right. Have a good night, everyone. Thanks for hopping on. Take care.